Hey friends, and welcome to this new video dedicated to Garten of Banban 9. Today we're going to talk about some really interesting news that's been circulating online and that directly involves the Euphoric Brothers and the development of the game. In particular, we'll focus on a new song that recently appeared right here on YouTube, on the Topics channel of the Euphoric Brothers. This song has started to get a lot of attention from fans, but the interesting part is that there's a problem connected to this track. And I assure you that during the video I'll show you what it's all about and why it's creating doubts and discussions in the community. But that's not all. Besides the issue with the song, we'll also take a look at a new official message written by Faris, one of the developers, which talks about the current state of the game's development and a few small details that might give us an idea of how things are progressing for Garten of Banban 9. So this is definitely going to be a video full of hints and information that you absolutely can't miss. Before we get started though, as always, I remind you to leave a big like on this video if you're a fan of the Garten of Banban series and if you enjoy the news and theories related to the game. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, so you'll always stay updated on all the news, theories, and curiosities about this mysterious and fascinating universe. Now, let's go to YouTube and let's see this new song that appeared in the Euphoric Brothers Topic channel. As I showed you in the clip, this song appears right on the Euphoric Brothers Topics channel, a channel that at first glance might look completely official, since in the description you can clearly see the name of the Euphoric Brothers. And that's exactly why many fans immediately thought it was a new track connected to Garten of Banban 9. But there's a problem, and not a small one. I decided to dig deeper into this matter and I personally contacted Faris, one of the Euphoric Brothers. Well, Faris replied to me and confirmed that this song is not official. It's actually a fake content that in no way comes from the developers of the game. Not only that, but he also told me that they are already working to have it removed from YouTube. So, even if this song shows up in what looks like a channel tied to the Euphoric Brothers, the reality is quite different. You have to know that the Euphoric Brothers Topics channel is not managed directly by them, but it's an auto-generated channel created by YouTube. Basically, YouTube automatically makes these channels to collect and publish all the official soundtracks, music tracks, and songs of certain artists. It works like an automatic archive. Everything that is officially distributed through certain music platforms ends up there. The problem is that sometimes songs uploaded by external users pretending to be other people or using fake names and titles also slip in. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. Someone uploaded a fake track, pretending it was by the Euphoric Brothers, and YouTube placed it in the Topics channel automatically. But there's an even more curious detail that shows you right away this is not authentic: the cover image of the song. If you look closely, you can clearly see the Google Gemini watermark. This means it was generated with artificial intelligence, and just this detail alone should raise a red flag. The Euphoric Brothers have never used this kind of images for their official content, and it doesn't stop there. It's very likely that the song itself was not composed by them either, but that it too was generated with artificial intelligence. Nowadays, there are so many tools that can create full songs from start to finish, and the result can seem convincing, especially to those who don't know the original musical style of the Euphoric Brothers. But, as Faris confirmed to me, it has nothing to do with them or with Garten of Banban 9. So, the advice I give you is to always pay close attention to these things. Just because a piece of content appears on a channel with the developer's name doesn't mean it's truly authentic. In this case, we have official confirmation that it's fake, and in fact, it should soon disappear from YouTube because it's not official material. Now let's talk about a new official message that Faris wrote on Discord, and it's directly about the long-awaited Chapter 9 of Garten of Banban. This message came as a reply to a user who was asking for precise information about the state of development and, in particular, when we will finally be able to see the 9th chapter. And here's the important part. Faris clarified that before they can fully dedicate themselves to the development and release of Chapter 9, the Euphoric brothers first need to focus on an essential step, which is the release of Chapter 8 on Apple devices and consoles. So right now, the developers are working exactly on this goal, making sure that Chapter 8 becomes available to all players, regardless of their platform. As for the version for Apple devices specifically, the game is already ready. This means that there are no further delays linked to development itself, but simply that we need to wait for Apple's approval. In fact, before a game or an app can be published on the App Store, it must go through an official review process. This is the phase where the App Store team checks that everything is in order, that the game works correctly, and that it respects all the guidelines set by Apple. However, this review process takes a few more days compared to the one on Google Play Store. And in fact, if you noticed, on Android devices, Chapter 8 is already available since a few days ago, precisely because the publication process on the Play Store is faster and less complex. Instead, with Apple we need just a little more patience, since there are those extra days required for the review to be completed. So the point is very clear. At the moment, the Euphoric brothers are focused on releasing Chapter 8 for Apple and consoles, and only after completing this phase will they be able to fully shift their attention to Garten of Banban 9. It's not really a delay in development, but more a matter of order and priorities. First, we want to make sure that all players can get their hands on Chapter 8. And only then will they be able to finally give us new concrete information about the 9th chapter. Let's make a quick recap of everything we talked about today. First, we discussed the song that appeared on the Euphoric Brothers Topics channel, which at first glance could seem official but in reality turned out to be fake, as confirmed directly by Faris. We looked at the details that prove it, such as the Google Gemini watermark on the image and the fact that it was published through an auto-generated YouTube channel, which sometimes includes content uploaded by users pretending to be someone else. In short, a well-built deception, but one that has nothing to do with the real Garten of Banban 9. Then we moved on to talk about an official message from Faris on Discord, where he clearly explained that before focusing on Chapter 9, the Euphoric brothers need to complete the release of Chapter 8 on Apple devices and consoles. The Android version has already been available for a few days, while for Apple we just have to wait a little longer due to the App Store review, which takes a bit more time compared to Google Play. So it's not really a delay, but rather a necessary step that will soon be completed. That said, I want to thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, because it helps me a lot to bring more content like this. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, do it right now and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any updates about Garten of Banban 9 and all the latest news from the horror gaming world. Stay tuned, because in the coming days, more videos with new information and theories will arrive, and I assure you there will be plenty to talk about. Thanks again for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.